The UAE's Ministry of Defense says it intercepted a ballistic missile launched by the Iranian-backed Yemen-based Houthi rebels. They say that the fragments, the remains of that missile, landed outside of residential areas, so there are no reports of casualties or damage. And a short time after that, the Ministry of Defense released a video of what it said was a strike it carried out targeting the launch site of that ballistic missile in Yemen, where it says it destroyed that launch site. Now, this is coming during that historic visit of the Israeli president to the UAE, a presidential spokesman telling CNN that President Herzog and his entourage were in no danger and that visit continues as planned. This is the third attack or attempted attack carried out by the Houthi rebels targeting the UAE this month. Earlier this month, at least three foreign workers were killed in a missile and drone attack, and last week US and UAE forces intercepted a ballistic missile attack that was targeting a Dhafra airbase near Abu Dhabi. Now, the Houthis have warned that this is going to be an ongoing, continuing campaign, as they call it. They want the UAE to end its involvement in the war in Yemen. This is coming at a time where we're seeing that escalation in the conflict there, whether it is fighting on the ground or airstrikes being carried out by the Saudi-led coalition. Of course, the UAE, a key member of that Saudi-led coalition. Now, the question here remains of how involved Iran is in all of this, whether it had any prior knowledge or if it gave the green light to its proxy, the Houthi rebels, to carry out these attacks on the UAE, because this is coming at a time where we're seeing this region headed towards de-escalation on so many different fronts, with diplomatic talks between the UAE and Iran, Saudi Arabia and Iran to mend ties, and also the talks between Iran and the West towards a nuclear deal that seem to be moving ahead. And that question remains unanswered. Jumana Karachi, CNN, Istanbul.